this is basically for those beginners who just started and they don't know where to start, how to start, and those sort of the question. And it's obvious that such kind of question may come in many watercolor beginners. So to understand that perspective, I just wanted to make this video. So very first thing what I would recommend to any watercolor beginners is when you are trying to learn watercolor, the very first thing what you need to do is you need to start play with the colors. Yeah, that's right. You need to play with a watercolor and various shapes, right? And that gives you a lot of a lot of understanding and the various characteristic of watercolor. So let me just give you an example, a very quick example. What I mean is so shape could be anything. Like, I've just taken example of this. Are you able to see? Yes. So I'm just making this box. Okay, so why you want to make such kind of shapes? Because when you are trying to learn watercolor, so you need to improve your this drawing skill as well. So such kind of shapes really helps you to make you more confident with the watercolor. So now just give you an example. What I mean to say is working with a color. So I'm taking this ultramarine blue. So you need to understand the volume of water and the color. So I'm just taking this color and I'll just add a little yellow ochre and I'll put it here like this. I hope you guys are able to see what I'm painting. Okay, now you have, this is actually the three-dimension object, right? So you might want to have different flavor or maybe different shades of the color. So maybe the source of light is from this side, right? So this area, this side will be a little lighter. So I've just taken a very less water this side. Okay, like this. Okay, and now this side will be a little more darker. So at this moment what I'll do is I'll make this little darker. So I'm just using this burnt sienna mixing with ultramarine blue, and I'll try to make this more depth. So at this moment very less water in my brush. Right, right. So now you can see what I mean is, so this is your shape. So you can make various shapes. Now you might want it to have a shadow of this box. So it might go like this, right? So these shapes are really important because when we create any object, all the objects are having some shapes, right? So here we go, like this. right? So now you understood. So my source of light is from that side. Might be this will also be a little lighter. Maybe you can just mop some color here, right? This will also be a little lighter, but this side will be a little darker, right? So such kind of the shapes are very important, and you need to play with the color. Now you see I've used only one color as a primary, the blue color, but I've used a variation of the color, right? Adding a little bit of burnt sienna to make it more darker. So such kind of things you can do it. So that's my very first recommendation. The second thing is you need to look around you and see the kind of composition you see. What I mean to say here is a lot of people are saying, okay, what to paint, what drawing I should make for watercolor, right? So you really don't need to make a very fancy or very hard for you to to make that subject. So what you can do is you just see just next to you right now. You just look around and see what is the composition you see there, right? So might be, I'm just taking an example of this itself is a composition. Maybe just go to your kitchen and then you see some vessels there might be some glass, a wine bottle, and all of that. Just compose it. You understand more about the still life, how it's been done. So just take a picture and get an inspiration and start making those sketches, right? So similar, like I'll just give you an example. Like I have one wine bottle, or right here, you should be able to see this, yeah, right? And like this, and maybe here's some, maybe apple or anything, right? So whatever it is. Now you want to paint this, right? So I'm just making this wine bottle like this, and you don't need to spend so much of time, right? It's just a very fast paced work. Like this. And maybe there actually, when you're going down here, you have some sort of deftness. Right, and for apple, I'll just make quick apple. It's a kind of impression. And some depth here and there. And if you want to make a little background, some light background, that also you can add. Yeah, something like this, and something here for this, maybe the brand name and all that, blah blah. Here we go. Just playing with color, nothing else, and importantly, just don't you know be in so much of tension that things are not working and all that. So don't bring any of such negative thoughts when you paint. Yeah, so something like this. You got me what I mean to say. So look around you and see the composition, make a composition, and make a very quick sketch, very quick watercolor sketch like this. And this is very important when you do when you do a lot of such kind of work, you'll see a drastic improvement in your work. So please do that. And the third recommendation I have is look for inspiration. Yes, you have to see other artists' work and see and learn from them, see how they do, because it's a very it's important, right? Because you want to learn some skill, you want to gain something, right? So it's very important for you to see other artists how they work and understand their techniques. The various artists have a different style to work on. Just see everyone's how they do it, but ultimately you will have your own style when you see the various artists work and when you work for a long time, right? But the inspiration is so important. Now you see a lot of tutorial in YouTube. I have several the tutorial. So these all things are really inspires you and gives you a lot of information about watercolor, right? So do that. If you want to learn more about watercolor, then you can just check my watercolor class also in Skillshare. There are so many wonderful watercolor class available, which will really help you to learn and grow in watercolor. So check those classes. These are very wonderfully crafted for the beginners and semi-advanced learners, and that's a kind of a recommendation I have. So those are the inspiration, right? And fourth thing is make a journal. Yes, journal is so important. So I have created a lot of journals, like when you paint in a smaller size of paper like this, A4 size probably, in a journal. So you keep it stacked with you and keep it in your bag every time wherever you go. It's very important, right? So if you'll make a journal, you'll be able to see your progress. You'll be able to see how your journeys are so far, and those are really inspires you to go further and make a lot of more art, right? Wherever you feel like, okay, there is some lag. So those things are really help you to learn and grow, right? So keep that journal, and that's also, it's really easy for you to to show any other person, right, in your family or friends. So it's very easy, right? So and it's a kind of a storytelling about your journey with the watercolor. So have that, it's very important. So that is the journal. And the fifth thing, and yes, this is so much fun. Why it is fun? Because I used to do it. So what you need to do is, when you make a journal, when you make a lot of art, you display them every month. you have to display those those art you have made. Just take on one corner of your house, display all of your painting, call out all your family and friends and say them, hey, I made this painting, just come and have a look. Who knows, somebody will the thing is, like, people come there with their individual thoughts and individual feedback. So people will come there and they'll give you some thought about what they feel about your art. You can express yourself, what really made you to paint this, and all your thought process. So it's not just about making art, but it also explaining your improving your ability to express yourself as an artist, whatever you are creating, right? So that's a very wonderful thing to have, right? It's a kind of a get together. You'll understand each other, and most of the people will come and see, and definitely they will recommend when they will just say, publicity, right? So it's a kind of you'll be seeing, like, and the people will starting recognizing you as an artist, and they will start thinking about you. Oh my God, this guy is doing so many wonderful watercolor painting, right? So it's a wonderful thing, right? So and that's the beauty about the art, right? So have this, it's a beautiful thing. I used to do it every month. I call my family and friends, especially more like my friends, all my close friends, and have wines and party. That's kind of the journey you should also have. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope I don't know how much you have learned from this, but I'm just sharing what I know and what works for me. So that's what I'm sharing. So thank you so much, everyone. Just check my Skillshare classes if you want to learn further in watercolor and want to grow with the watercolor. And I will be coming with a new video very soon. Take care, take very good care of yourself, stay at home, and enjoy your watercolor journey. Thank you so much.